Stay tuned for the latest message excerpt from One Community Church.
It is complete forgiveness that leads to new opportunities. It is authentic forgiveness. It is the releasing of that debt. It is the consciousness of the fact that these folk really can't even pay the debt back. It would take them a lifetime to try to earn this back. But you say, I release the debt. It is the most challenging thing to do as a human. But you're not just human. You are image bearers. So you don't have to operate by the principles of our culture. You don't have to operate by religious principles. You operate by kingdom principles. Jesus was giving you in that text a third way of living. He said, this is not religion and this is not modern culture. This is kingdom culture. He says, I know it doesn't seem possible. And I know you're thinking about how many times, Peter. He says, but I'm going to remix that 7. 7 times 7 or 77 means complete perfection. That means not just the people in your circle, but you need to be able to take that grace and expand it to all humanity. That when you are able to forgive in that way, you will begin making disciples. There will be a transformation that takes place because that kind of grace only comes from an image bearer of God. The only way that I can live that out is if I'm bearing that image. So your identity, you have to remind yourself when you wake up every morning that I am an image bearer. Every morning, Alex. Every morning, Auntie, you're an image bearer. When you don't, you will be, you'll start watching, the Today Show, Good Morning America. You're laughing at Al Roker. You're looking at everybody, Michael Strahan, whoever's on there now. And you start your day, you get your cup of coffee, you get in your car, you listen to Nephew Tommy. And that's okay, but here's what happens. If you have not fed yourself and reminded yourself that you are an image bearer, you're going to respond like the culture. You're going to get angry. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to become ticked off easily. You're going to become evil. Because that is in the brokenness of your heart and your flesh. Your flesh will do always what flesh is designed to do. But when you wake up to the fact that you are an image bearer and you have been forgiven of 150,000 days of labor, that you can never pay that back. And you say, man, that little thing right there, that one day of labor that Al owed me, that $5 that I loaned Al when we was in college that he never paid back, when we was in the cafeteria, that time I let him use my pass to go get some lunch, my tip card. Never paid me back that $20. And I see him, he hit me on Facebook, man, I'm still thinking about that. That's a stone, right? And then that didn't happen. But get what I'm saying. Some of you have situations like that in your life. And you wonder why we haven't been able to really prosper in certain areas. It's because of the stone there. A boulder, I like that. It's a boulder. No, it's because a stone might be small. A boulder is difficult to move. Thank you for writing this sermon, Dr. Seals. Amen. It's a boulder. You can't even move it by yourself. Grace. You realize I can't even move. God, you have to do it. Grace. You become totally dependent every day on the grace of God. You become a true image bearer. You walk by faith. You go to meetings by faith. You look for opportunities, God, and whenever you get an inspired idea, you say, that must be from God. That can't be from my flesh. That must be from God. And so I'm going to move by faith. And when it ain't happening the way you have, not as fast as you wanted to happen, or when the person don't say I'm sorry the way you wanted them to say I'm sorry, you don't lose faith. Resurrecting faith says, even though it don't happen the way I wanted it, I still believe that it can happen and that it will happen. And you keep moving forward.
This excerpt was brought to you by One Community Church. To hear the full message, please visit myonechurch.com.